So, why does seeing someone else's highlight reel feel like a gut punch? Why does this hurt on such a deep, personal level? Well, the answer is pretty fascinating, and it has everything to do with these different versions of you that are all living inside your head at the same time. And here's the big secret. The pain isn't really about their success at all. What hurts is what their success reflects back at you. It's a mirror to your own unrealized potential, your own delayed plans. There's actually a name for this. It's called Self-Discrepancy Theory. The whole idea is that your mind is constantly juggling these different versions of you, and when they don't line up, well, that clash creates real emotional distress. So let's break these down. First, you've got your actual self. This is you, right now, your current reality. Then there's the ideal self. This is the you from your daydreams, right? Who you really want to be. And finally, there's the ought self. This is the you that feels all the pressure, who you think you should be because of your duties and what everyone expects. Okay, so when you see someone hit that big goal you've been dreaming of, your brain instantly compares your actual self to your ideal self. And that gap, that space between your reality and your hopes, that's what feels like disappointment. It's like you're letting yourself down. But what if their success reminds you of something you feel you should be doing, a responsibility you're dropping the ball on? Now the conflict is between your actual self and your ought self, and that feels totally different. That feels like anxiety. It feels like fear that you're falling behind. And of course, social media just pours gasoline on this whole fire. It's a massive amplifier, because we're not just comparing ourselves anymore. We're comparing our messy, complicated, real lives to the absolute best, most polished highlight of someone else's. We see the amazing vacation, not the credit card debt. The big promotion, not the burnout it took to get there. But this is where the whole story can pivot. See, most of us think envy is just toxic, that it's always a bad thing. But it turns out it's a little more complicated than that. Research shows us that envy really comes in two flavors. First, there's malicious envy. That's the ugly stuff. It's resentment. It's that quiet, nasty little voice that wishes they would fail. But then there's benign envy, and this is a total game changer. It doesn't want to tear them down. It looks at them and thinks, wow, how can I get there too? It turns pain into fuel. So what if we just stopped beating ourselves up for feeling this way? What if we started treating it not as some character flaw, but as a tool? What if jealousy is actually a compass pointing directly at what you truly want? Think about it. How do you read this compass? If you envy their booming business, the compass is pointing toward your own desire for growth. If their fitness transformation gets under your skin, it's because you crave more discipline. And if you envy their confidence, it's a sign that you want more self-belief. It's just information. So the most important thing you can do is make this one mental shift. You have to recognize when you're stuck in that trap of comparison, because it'll just keep you feeling awful. You have to consciously decide to step away from it and step toward genuine curiosity. Instead of just staring at what they have, start asking better questions. Like, what steps did they actually take to get there? What were the small daily habits they had to build? What failures did they have to push through? When you do that, a threat turns into a blueprint. But none of this matters without this last piece of the puzzle, because jealousy without action just curdles into frustration. It's only when you pair that feeling with one small step, one tiny action, that it finally becomes progress. So the next time you're scrolling and you feel that sting, don't push it away. Don't feel ashamed of it. Listen to it, because that feeling, it isn't your enemy, it's your guide. And now you know exactly where it's trying to take you.